I think I'm audible now. I think. Not sure, not sure. I should check. Sorry. I think I'm audible now. Yeah. I don't know how this all thing works. It's my first time as well. Anyways, let's not get distracted. By the way, yes, just wait for 1 second. I should upload on my story. I don't want views and all, but since I'm doing it, so I'm happy to share. I want to share. Yeah. I should do it previously only. Next time I'll do from before. Photo location, mention music link. Yep. Anyways. Honestly, I don't know. मेरी आवाज आ रही है क्या? परफेक्ट परफेक्ट परफेक्ट. अभी कोई नहीं रोक सकता अपने को. अभी विल फिनिश दिस बुक. ठीक है. यस. आस्क द रिक्वेस्टर टू फॉलो अप लेटर. हम लोग यहाँ पे थे. एंड या, so check in with me after 4 p.m. Things will be less crazy. With this response, you eliminate all the pressure placed on you by the requester. You are able to address your own responsibility without having to think about whether the requester is something you want to take on. You can revisit it later and make your final decision. It also conveys your willingness. Yes, if you say, I will look back into this matter after 4 or after 10 minutes, it also shows that right now you may be busy, but you actually want to help that person, right? Note that you are not obligating yourself to say yes, right? When the requester follows up, you said that you will try to help after 4. It doesn't mean that you said, Pakka Pakka, I will help you after 4, right? Oftentimes, you'll find taking this approach leads to one of two outcomes. So the first possible outcome is that requester seeks help elsewhere. That's great for everyone. You don't want to help, you don't do the help. The person wants the help, he gets the help from someone else. And yeah, meanwhile, the second possible outcome is that the requester decides to complete his or her project without help. Yeah, I mean, you said that you'll be busy, you couldn't help, and come to me if you want help from my side after 4. In the meantime, I think the requester might get help from someone else, or he may try to find the help by himself. Both the cases, you're winning, right? Of course, if the individual does follow you up, you can decide at that time whether saying yes is a good idea or saying no is a good idea. By then, you will have considered the request and reflected upon whether and to what extent lending a hand might negatively impact your own goals. देखो, sometimes when a person asks help, we immediately cannot say no or yes. We do need some time. So if you just delay the help, I mean, if you're busy only then, if you can delay the help, you'll have more time to think whether helping that person will cost you anything or not. And since you have delayed the work, maybe that person got the help from somewhere else. If he got the help from somewhere else, that's best for you. And if he didn't got the help from anywhere else, he might try by himself. If he tries, that's also good for you. So a win is a win. Huh. Now we are on the strategy seventh. Avoid lying about your availability. Yes, very important point. So अभी देखो झूठ नहीं बोलना आपने को, ठीक है? I understand the temptation. So the book starts with I understand the temptation. Someone asks you to do something you would rather avoid. As an honest person, you would like to tell them as much. The problem is you feel that honesty is likely to cause him or her to feel offended, upset, or resentful. So you lie. For example, you tell the requester, sorry, I can't take you to the airport because I have a doctor's appointment. In truth, you have no plans to visit your doctor. The excuse is just a way to get out of accommodating the request. It's a small, harmless lie. You tell yourself that it's not as if you're hurting someone. There are far worse sins. There are far worse sins than lying about your availability, but it carries consequences. When you tell these small, harmless lies, you erode your sense of personal authority. You train yourself to fear what others you train yourself to fear what others might think about your reasoning. So you're lying because you are thinking that what that person might think if I will say that I cannot help that person. You should not do that. For example, suppose the real reason you are turning down the request is that you simply dislike driving to the airport. Additionally, you want to avoid becoming known as a taxi person, to the one whom everyone turns when they need lift. Here is how, ये देखो solution दिया, ठीक है? Here is how you might express these feelings when someone asks you to take him or her to the airport. तो अभी देखो अपने अच्छा सा रीजन जानेंगे कैसे एयरपोर्ट नहीं छोड़ना हमको रिश्तेदार को, ठीक है? तो ये कैसे मना कर सकते हैं? I don't want to drive to the airport because I can't stand freeway traffic. First reason, I don't want to drive to the airport because the ride up and back will take 3 hours. अब भी देखो, this is one reason. Now, I don't want to drive to the airport because the ride up and back will take 3 hours. And right now, I'm busy with something that my whole team expects me to complete. It will take me 4 hours to complete, and I don't have that much time. है कि नहीं? तो ना अभी अपने दो चैप्टर्स की स्ट्रेटेजी को मिक्स कर दिया है, ठीक है? I have had a terrible week and had planned to relax today, so I'm going to say no. अपने इमोशनल दे दिया, खुद prioritize yourself. So in saying no, the basic thing is you prioritize yourself. ठीक है? Now fourth reason is I'm going to pass. I don't want to be the one everyone asks to take them to the airport. Yeah, yeah, this one is like very straightforward. Here the person is saying, I'm not the guy whom everyone comes to when they want to go to airport, so I will just say no. Okay. On the surface, these responses might seem impolite. You might feel, oh, this is rude, this is rude. But on the contrary, you are being direct, which shows respect. You do have your decision making choices. You know how to say no and yes. You are showing the requester that you hold him or her on a high enough regard to be candid. You trust that he or she will respect your feelings and honor your wishes on the matter. But more importantly, you train yourself to trust your own authority rather than lying about your availability and feeling guilty for doing so. You develop a strong sense of personal agency. You learn to rely on your own reasoning without deciding whether to consent to or to turn. Yup. As you develop and strengthen this confidence and resultness, you'll become less concerned with how the requester reacts when saying no. You'll recognize that as long as you decline request with grace, with honesty, and with respect, the requester's reaction is not your responsibility. Until unless you are honest, तुम अपने काम को prioritize कर रहे हो, तुम कोई अच्छी चीज कर रहे हो, तो रिक्वेस्टर को कैसा बुरा लग रहा है, you should not care about that. Now strategy 8, offer an alternative. ठीक है? Of course, by name only we can say in this chapter he's saying that okay, if you cannot help that person, offer him an alternative. No one likes to be left hanging. No one likes to be left hanging. When you say no, give the requester another option. Hey, I cannot help you right now, but I think that person might help you, or I think that thing can help you in this, right? So offer him an alternative. It will go a long way toward mitigating his or her disappointment at your inavailability or unwillingness to lend a hand. For example, Suppose John, a co-worker, drops by your office and asks you to help with a project, right? You're busy with your own work and therefore you said no. Okay, but instead of leaving him hanging with a simple no, you would like to give him another options. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अभी देखो जॉन हेल्प करने को आया मांगने को, अपने हेल्प नहीं कर सकते जॉन की, बट अभी नो नहीं बोलेंगे, है ना? नो बोल सकते हैं। अब देखो यहाँ पे नो कह सकते हैं मोर पोलाइटली, मिक्सिंग 3-4 स्ट्रेटेजीज टुगेदर। हे जॉन, आई एम रियली बिजी विद दिस वर्क, आई हैव दिस मीटिंग आफ्टर 30 minutes, इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट मीटिंग, बट यू कैन डू दिस, है ना? यू कैन रीच आउट टू दैट पर्सन, ही माइट हेल्प यू। ऑप्शन कैसे देना है अभी पढ़ते हैं। I'm going to pass John, but you might ask Tony. I know he has some downtime and may be able to help you. तो यहाँ पे अभी अपने देखो रिक्वेस्ट को नो नहीं कह रहे, ठीक है? अभी अपने बता रहे हैं कि तुम उनके पास जाओ, यू माइट गेट सम हेल्प। अगला क्या है ऑप्शन? I want to help, but I'm swamped until 4 p.m. and if this cannot wait, hit up Shelly. She may be available to help you right now. मैं तो बिजी हूँ, ठीक है? शेली के पास जाओ, वो शायद तुम्हारी हेल्प करे। योर प्रोजेक्ट्स sounds complex, John. I am focused on my own tasks and don't want to break away from them and lose my momentum. But I know Mark and Sandra are looking for a challenge to sink into their teeth. हाँ, तो देखो वही बात है अपना कि ऑप्शंस दे दो, है ना? कि देखो अभी तो हम बिजी हैं, मेरे पास मेरी प्रायोरिटीज हैं, आप उनसे पूछ सकते, उससे अगले को कम बुरा लगेगा, है ना? जॉन, अगला एग्जांपल देखिए। जॉन, आई वांट टू हेल्प बट आई डोंट हैव टाइम टू क्रिएट द पावरपॉइंट प्रेजेंटेशन, ट्रेन द सब्जेक्ट मैटर एक्सपर्ट्स एंड मैनेज द टेस्ट टीम, but I'm happy to do the PowerPoint presentation for you. Fair enough. So here you can do a partial help. Okay, if something that takes a lot of time, then you can just do help thoda sa. This approach doesn't only work in an office environment, it works with friends, family members, neighbors, even with strangers. है ना? कि आप हेल्प नहीं कर पा रहे हो, उनको किसी आदमी के पास रिडायरेक्ट कर दो जो उनकी हेल्प कर पाए। तो ऐसे आप भी अच्छे आदमी बन जाओगे और उनका भी शायद काम हो जाए। Keep in mind, you don't owe the requester alternatives. It's just an act of goodwill. देखो, you don't, again, I will read it again. Keep in mind, you don't owe the requester alternatives. It's just an act of goodwill. Nothing more, but there is a good chance the alternative you offer, whether it's to refer the requesters to someone else or offer a lesser degree of help, will meet the appreciation. Yes, चाहे उसको हेल्प मिले या ना मिले, चाहे उसको जिस तरह की हेल्प चाहिए उसको मिले ना मिले, but you will get appreciation that okay, that person tried to help me. Strategy 9. Suggest another person who's better qualified. Yes. Okay. Suppose he wanted help from you and you are this much qualified. You refer to someone who is this much qualified. This is what we are going to learn in strategy 9. You will sometimes receive requests that are better handled by other people. Declining those requests is good for all parties. Yes, because of course, if you cannot help in that much level, you refer to someone else. The person, the requester, will also get better help. Declining these requests is good for all parties, है ना? You are able to save time and you can focus on your own projects. The requester receives the specialized help he or she needs, and the person to whom you refer the requester will have an opportunity to show his or her proficiency. There are many reasons to refer requester to other people. For example, you might do so because you know someone who has more experience than you in that field, right? Yeah. So यहाँ पे John, we are referring John to someone who's more qualified. So how you will do that? That's what we are going to read. John, because I have never critiqued an manuscript, I would rather not critique yours, है ना? It's not an area of strength for me, but my friend Sushan does this sort of things for fun. I will bet she would be happy to help. देखो अभी आपने ना नहीं बोला, ठीक है? I can help you, but there is one person who I know who can help you और ज्यादा अच्छे से. So you go to that person. And एक और एग्जांपल है यहाँ पे. I don't want to take this on because I have a poor grasp of a financial side of things. But Toby in accounting is a crack shot with this stuff. Ask him to look over your analysis. Tell him I sent you. तो यहाँ पे भी if we know that that person can help you अच्छा सा, more better than me, then refer कर दो, you'll get the appreciation, right? By referring the requester to someone else, notably someone who's better qualified than you or shares an interest with the requester, you are helping even though you're declining his or her request. It's a great way to say no without feeling guilty, and by pointing the requester to a more suitable partner or resource, you're doing him or her a favor. है कि नहीं? हाँ जी, देखो मज़ा तो आ रहा है, बुक तो बहुत क्रेज़ी है। आई लव द बुक। अभी यहाँ पे देखो बोनस स्ट्रैटेजी है। ठीक है, तो नाउ वी आर एट 10th फाइनल वाली स्ट्रैटेजी कि वी आर एट फाइनल वाला स्ट्रैटेजी, डिस्क्राइब योर लैक ऑफ बैंडविड्थ। लेट्स रीड. This is one of the favorite ways to say no. This is author's favorite ways to say no. It leaves the requester with no room to pressure me into accommodating his or her request. Some, uh, कुछ लोग होते हैं जो they keep asking for help, but they'll pressurize you. Mental pressure they will do, emotional pressure they'll. Good night, bye. This one is, let's see. Here is how it works. Suppose your to do list is filled with tasks and projects that will take most of your day, and now you know that this is ahead of your time. Now, suppose your friend asks you to help him move. You suspect the move will take at least 3 hours. There is no way you can fit the job, or you can refer to someone else. You must turn down your friend's request. One way to do that is simply say, I don't have enough time to help you move. But that's likely to prompt your friend to try to negotiate. अभी अपने डायरेक्ट फ्रेंड को अगर बोलोगे कि अगर डायरेक्टली आप फ्रेंड को बोलोगे कि आई कैन नॉट हेल्प यू, सो ही विल ट्राई टू नेगोशिएट, कम ऑन इट विल टेक एन आवर, यू कैन स्पेयर एन आवर, कांट यू? तो ऐसा करके वो नेगोशिएट करने का ट्राई करेगा, ठीक है? You might rightfully respond an hour, it will take at least 3 hours. At that point, your friend might counter, tell you, tell you what, help me for the first hour, then you can leave, है ना? तो अपने दोस्त को ऐसा मौका, दोस्त को नहीं सॉरी, don't give this chance for him to compromise or negotiate, and on and on and on it goes back and forth. You can short circuit this process by describing your day to your friend and explaining why you don't have enough time for help. तो अभी अपने फ्रेंड को आप ना अपना एक्सप्लेन करो कि व्हाई यू डोंट हैव टाइम टू हेल्प हिम. आई वुड बी ग्लैड टू हेल्प ऑन एनी अदर डे बट टुडेज डे वाज बैड फॉर मी. तो ऐसा करके बताना है कि मेरा शेड्यूल देखो, 5 बजे से मैं यहाँ था, आई वाज डूइंग दिस, आई वाज डूइंग दैट. फॉर दिस अप्रोच टू बी इफेक्टिव एंड गिल्ट फ्री, you actually need to have a busy day ahead of yours. Yes. Describe your band. uh, Yep, for this approach, to be effective and guilt free, you actually need to have a busy day ahead of you. In other words, don't just make things up to appear busy. By describing your lack of bandwidth in detail, you're letting the requester know that you have other responsibilities as well. Abandoning these responsibilities is not an option for you. Meanwhile, the requester doesn't feel as if you are rejecting him or her. On the contrary, it becomes clear that you sincerely are unavailable to lend a hand. Few requesters will try to negotiate with you or compel you, and once they understand that what's on your plate is full of things that you're doing from morning, they might not negotiate. The good ones will not. So how you have to approach it? It's like, hey, I would be glad to help you any other day, but today it was really bad day for me. Check out my schedule. From morning I was doing this, and then I conducted these meetings, these seminars. I was really busy with these things. I literally don't have time to help you. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I think most of the strategies are done. I do have. Mm, yeah, As of now, we do have very less page. Bonus strategy, major 10 strategies, that was my target for today. They are done. uh, we'll do that. इसका भी stream करेंगे. Later we'll do all this stream. I think, yeah, that's it. That's it for today. As of now, art of saying no. We'll finish this one very quickly for sure. Now that's it. I think just the bonus strategies are left. We'll make sure we'll finish it in 1 or 2 days. Then yeah, we'll move on to new book. That's it. I'm very excited. Okay, I think I'll just leave. Thank you so much.